The lawyer for Bellarmine Mugabe addressing the media.
Could you just confirm to us whether or not the delay is actually from the investigation side or from your side in terms of the accurate documentation and the right documentation that's needed from your client, especially Bellarmine Mugabe, regarding his legal status in the country?
All I will say is that we've been ready since last week, Monday. Of course, the prosecution has stated on record that they've experienced certain challenges with regards to obtaining certain documents, but we're ready from our side to proceed once the state is ready. And yeah, I think we'll just take it from there once we can consult with our client to bring a proper bail application forward.
In last week's appearance, one of the main bones of contention was exactly that, was to establish the status of Mr. Mugabe in the country. Is there any further information relating to that, Sinenhlanhla, that you've received, which might perhaps change the course of your bail application?
Not at this stage. I think we haven't been furnished any further particulars, but we will in due course be in receipt of the complete set of facts surrounding that particular issue so we can take instructions and then we can plot a way forward with our client.
And Sinenhlanhla, would you maybe just tell us a little bit about his well-being? There were issues in regards to his health. We did see him appearing today before the dock, looking a lot better from what we saw last week. Just talk to us a little bit about that.
Look, in addition to what I said last week, I haven't heard much else with regards to health or any concerns. It hasn't been brought to my attention, but things can change. But at this stage, I have nothing to comment with regards to his health status because I'm not privy to any facts around his health.
Yeah, but how is he dealing in terms of being in court? In jail, well, in police custody. It's been a week since then as well, and now postponement until the 5th of March. Just his demeanor, if you will.
Look, my role in as far as this matter is concerned is to deal with the legal aspects of it. So we haven't really gotten into that in as far as personal well-being and things of that nature. And I don't seem to see anything that suggests any dramatic change or drastic change from last week. So there's nothing I can comment with regards to that.
Do you know the status of the guy who was shot in this case? Do you know whether he's still in hospital or anything?
No, I have no idea, and I don't wish to comment on that either.
Psychological, how are they coping?
Psychologically, again, as I said earlier to your colleague, I don't really establish the facts with regards to their psychological state. I'm not an expert in that field, so I can't really comment or tell you how they're doing psychologically.
Do you know anything about the guy who's at the hospital that he's cooperating, he wants to drop the case against the two?
Nothing of that it has been brought to my attention, so no, I do not know about that. The prosecution certainly hasn't communicated that to us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Michelle, hearing there from the lawyer of Bellarmine Mugabe as well as his cousin, who are going to remain in police custody until the 5th of March. The bail application here today postponed due to outstanding documents. And we're going to ask Sinenhlanhla very quickly, sorry for that. Sinenhlanhla, just very quickly, just talk to us about the issue in regards to the particular postponement. It was a very brief appearance.
Yeah, it was quite concerning. I mean, we arrived at court and upon our arrival, we informed immediately that there were technical issues. There was no electricity at court, so we weren't, unfortunately, able to proceed, which is quite unfortunate given that our client has been in custody for some time. We understand this court in particular has had these issues for a long period of time, and we just hope that it gets rectified because, it impacts the rights of a number of people, not just our client, but a number of people who have come to court today to deal with their issues.
And I can imagine, as you said, very frustrating. But let's talk a little bit about the charges. We still understand that he is facing attempted murder, defeating the ends of justice, as well as possession of ammunition. There is still investigations that prosecutors are looking into, including theft, pointing of a firearm, and contravening the Immigration Act. Anything, as lawyers, are you aware of any of that, or is this still also part of that missing disclosure and dockets?
Yeah, all I'll say to that is that disclosure is still not complete, but we will deal with the issues once we're finished with everything. I think there has been confirmation that we will be provided a full set of charges so that we can deal with the bail application.
And the confidence that he will be granted bail?
I do not want to speak to that at this stage. as lawyers, we don't preempt the outcomes of matters. We respect the courts, so I don't want to deal with that particular aspect.
All right, Senator Nhlanhla, thanks again for your time. Very difficult to get and press information out of him, as of course the matter is still under investigation. But we did see, of course, Bellarmine Mugabe there alongside his cousin appearing here very briefly at the Alexandra Magistrate Court. Michelle, while his lawyer wouldn't be drawn into speaking about his psychological well-being or how he's been faring in terms of his health, we did see a very different looking Bellarmine Mugabe. There was a lot of focus and attention that was drawn onto his outfit when he appeared before the court, but today far more confident, if you will, in terms of him facing really what is a flurry of media presence in this very small courtroom. But the matter postponed to the 5th of March. We understand, of course, that this is because of missing disclosure as the investigators, of course, try and wrap up this investigation, because key to this investigation, of course, Michelle, remains the missing firearm. That is, of course, why they added a charge of defeating the ends of justice. That weapon in particular has still not been found, and prosecutors are very much of the view that the two individuals that appeared before the dog are well aware of what have happened, or at least are part and parcel of concealing this particular firearm, or tampering, if you will, with that particular crime scene. But also, while his lawyers wouldn't be drawn as well into the immigration status, we have reliably learned as well that the current legal standing of Bellarmine Mugabe in South Africa is currently unlawful. Michelle.